It's been a while since I've actually made a clip on this account. I've just been doing farming contracts. As you can see here, I've amassed quite a decent amount of seeds. We've got a bunch in the looting bag as well. Apparently I didn't use that on there. But I wanted to make this clip because I wanted to say something that might seem a little bit of a waste of what I'm going to be doing. But when you hear me out, you'll understand why I'm doing it. As you can see here, I am making super compost in the big compost bin that I'm using to restore this. And then I'm going to be making it into ultra compost later with volcanic ash. Of course, I could get the volcanic ash now and use it straight on the compost bin, but that requires me going to Fossil Island, mining a bunch of ash, and then coming back, and this is just easier. I know it's going to cost a little bit more ash, but I really don't mind. I think with 99 mining, I'm going to get it very, very quickly anyway. But what I wanted to record this clip to say is that I'm going to be using, if we look in here, I'm going to be using dwarf weeds to make super compost, because it does allow you to make super compost with it, and normally people wouldn't do this because they'd want to use it for herb lore. However, I am a level 3 UIM, okay? There is only like a minimal amount of ways for me to get wines of Zamorak, and none of them are very efficient. So I don't really plan on making ranging potions. I think I'd be better off collecting guams and making attack potions, I've got to be honest. So I think it's actually just better for me to use them as super compost. I mean, the only two ways I can think of me getting wines of Zamorak is having someone else kill the Zamorak mages, and then me picking it up, which would require a bunch of food because I take a lot of damage from it. Or I get it from, like, Elite/Master, I think, Clue Scrolls / Lucky Implings, which obviously is not a practical way to collect herb lore secondaries. I mean, I guess I could technically kill things with poison dynamite, the undead druids, but I mean, then I'd just die to the... It's just not going to happen, right? It's not viable in any way, shape, or form, so yeah, I'll probably be using them for super compost. I just thought I'd put this clip in just to explain how that works, and hopefully not upset too many of you. I mean, I could also drop them, but it is what it is. There is 82 agility. Alright, so I've got a small problem. I've made way too much super compost. Looks like I'm going to have to convert some of this. And I've just realized that I just got 83 agility, and I thought I was going to get it at the end of the lap. I got it at the beginning. Sweet, I can now use a Brimhaven dungeon shortcut, which is not happening on a level 3. I'd rather keep my stuff, thank you very much. Another agility level at 84. So I decided to start doing hardwood trees and growing them, seeing as I get so many seeds from the seed packs. I'm half doing these for the major chunk of XP that I get, and also the other half is because of the decent pet chance that you can get from them. But mostly it's just for fun. So I was just walking back to the woodcut guild to get some more redwood logs for birdhouses, and got a quizmaster. Completed it, took the mystery box trying to get the baguette, and I got myself a lamp. I didn't know these could give lamps, but I will happily take the free Slayer XP. Thanks. 85 agility. 86 agility. Alright, so just did a recording on Solus because I feel like I haven't made a clip in a while. Before I start this clip, I just want to say that you might notice between the random recordings that I do make, my inventory is like drastically changing, and that's because I keep using dev storage, and basically I'm just doing that so that I get inventory space. I'm slowly using through these looting bags, so kind of dreading having to get more points, but it is what it is. Honestly, when my inventory gets too clogged, it is basically impossible to do anything, plus the fact I want to be doing birdhouse runs as well. But the reason I want to make this clip is because I got really annoyed. They did an update recently, and that was that when you die, the herb sack and seed box don't empty anymore, and it is toggleable. But the problem that I found is that when they made the update, they sort of force changed it, and you can toggle it back. I would have much rather they added the toggle and never changed it in the first place, because now when I go to dev storage, well, at least the last time I did it, I've changed it now, but the last time I went to dev storage, I died in there, wanted my seed box to empty, and of course it didn't. So, when I came out, it was full of seeds, especially spirit seeds, which I don't need. I don't know if I've mentioned this yet, but I'm stacking them up so that at the end of this, I'm going to be using all of them to get a whole load of seed packs and see what we can get from them. I think I might have mentioned that in an earlier clip. I've been doing this for weeks now, so I lose track of what I actually recorded. But yeah, I don't really want this full of seeds, so I've essentially wasted a loot bag by doing this, but I have changed the setting now so that next time I go in, it will empty, which is what I want it to do, obviously. At the moment, I'm just collecting some redwood logs because I'm doing birdhouse runs. We got pretty lucky recently. I've had 2 magic seeds. I think one was from a seed pack and one was from a birdhouse. And also in the dev storage, I think I got 2 magic saplings as well. And that was, I don't know what that was from, but we managed to get 2 magic seeds from that as well. And prior to that, I wasn't getting really any magic seeds at all. We also have 2 redwoods ready to go, but I haven't had a redwood contract in a while. I believe my contract right now is whiteberries, and it should be done. I just need to head over there in a moment, but this is my first time being on for the day, and I wanted to get the birdhouse run done first. Hopefully the next task I get is something that I can do, but we are stacking up a decent amount of seeds. I can pop over to the dev storage in a moment, and I will show you guys what we currently have. Alright, birdhouse run done, and we're not even going to talk about it. That was an awful run. I only got 1 seed nest and it had an acorn in it. Like, I don't think I've had a worse run than that yet. But anyway, we're going to head over to the dev storage. Let's have a look at the seeds we've currently accumulated. I definitely should have planted another herb here, but it's not a big deal. So I've got myself some saplings here that are ready to take out, and basically, if you don't know, if you fill up your inventory except for 1 slot, and I try to take out one of these, it won't take out both, it'll only take out 1, which allows me to sort of, I guess, manage. I mean, the redwoods are really nice because I very rarely get redwood seeds, so it saves me an inventory slot. Whenever I need to replant the redwood, I can just take 1 out, replant it, and I don't have a stack of seeds on me. Obviously, if I had the seeds in here, that would be a different story. But anyway, this is the stack we have right now. Here are the herbs that we've farmed during the grind. A lot of them have been from farming contracts. Sometimes I plant snapdragons because I have plenty of snapdragon seeds. And this is one of the hard contracts you can get. So basically, I plant it, and if I get the contract, then bam, it's already done. If not, I'm farming some snapdragons. I'm going to need them anyway, so not a big deal. We got plenty of Irrit, Toadflax, some Avantoe, Quam, Ranarr. 303 Ranarr seeds, which I believe is worth quite a bit. 416 Harrowlanders. These are going to be made into compost potions, because I can get the volcanic ash on Fossil Island. I don't think it's as good XP as energy potions, but honestly, making energy potions is just such a pain that I really do not want to do it. So, not going to be doing that. We've got 83 Belladonna seeds as well. We're going to be stacking these up. I want to have a decent amount by the time I finish this, because that's going to help me make a lot of poison dynamite. There's also something else that they're going to be used for, which is a little surprise at the end. I'm not going to tell you guys what that is yet. I've got a little plan going on. And just a bunch of other stuff. This shouldn't be in here. I accidentally put it in the looting bag last time I was dev storaging or whatever. So we've got random 8 tomato seeds for some reason. But the rest of it is more or less what I have. So we're looking at a decent stack of stuff. We nearly have 1,000 limport seeds. I'm not going to need this many, honestly. This gives me loads. So, but these just, they pump out from seed packs like crazy. So it's always nice to get this stack going. Don't forget, we also have all the seeds in here as well. So we still have 63 snapdragons. We've got 23 palm seeds. These stack up a lot as well. 68 maples, another one. That's 95 cadentines. And we also have the spirit seeds that we're going to be using at the end. Don't forget about them. Only 6 for now, but that is 6 tier 5 packs, which are basically equivalent to a tier 5 contract, which is like hard contract tree, pretty much. I think are the only ones that can give tier 5. So that is a lot of stuff coming out, and then we also have a lot of snape grass seeds here as well. Agility's going pretty well at the moment. Like I said, I'm just doing this update clip because I haven't really recorded much. We're at 86 at the moment. I would have recorded that level. It was a while ago. Agility XP is pretty slow, and honestly, it's very boring as well. So I'm not surprised that it takes me a while to do it. But anyway, I think that's going to just about update us for here. I'm going to head back to Agility and do some farming contracts. We've got ourselves a contract over here. I'll quickly just tick that one off on video for you guys. Let's go one more farming contract, and then we'll head back to Agility. And done. Right, so as you guys know, I've been doing farming contracts for a while. Combined with Agility, we've got just over 200,000 until 87. I've done a little bit since the last clip. But I've also been doing birdhouse runs, and the problem with birdhouse runs is that the more clogged my inventory gets, the less logs I can carry, which is getting to the point where it basically means I need to go back to the woodcutting guild to collect another inventory or another 4 logs every time I want to do a birdhouse run, which is kind of inconvenient considering my closest teleport is the portal, and that requires a bit of running and it takes up some time. So my plan is to check what this next contract is, and assuming that I'm going to have to wait for it to grow, I'm kind of hoping. What do we got? Some landstone. That is actually a perfect contract to get. That gives us plenty of time to do what I want to do. So basically, I'm going to try out some forestry. And the reason I want to do that is because with the forestry minigame thing, I don't know what you want to call it, you can get yourself this like log basket. I've looked into the items you can get from it. And it allows you to carry 28 logs, which will allow me to put redwood logs in it. Now, you can only take this out at a bank, but that's totally fine because there is a bank on Fossil Island. So basically my plan would be to get the log basket, fill it up with redwood logs, and then just empty it at the Fossil Island Bank, which is a lot quicker than having to go to the Woodcutting Guild every time, which gives us 7 runs of birdhouses before I have to go and inevitably fill it up again. But I think this is going to be a lot more efficient and a lot less annoying than the way I'm currently doing it. Obviously, I have to go to Woodcutting Guild to get all the logs, and this is going to take up 1 extra inventory slot, but I think it's worth it. The only thing I'm worried about is that it might get destroyed on death. I'm hoping it works the same way the seed box and the herb sack does, and that is to have a destroy option, but actually drops when you die. I've checked on the wiki, it does say it has a destroy option. We'll have to find out the hard way, because I don't really have any way to test this other than by getting it on another account, at which point it's kind of pointless. I might as well do it on this account. So we're going to try and free up some space. I hope I don't need too much. It's only wood cutting, so I should be able to just like chop and drop, and the infused bark stuff is stackable as far as I recall, so we shouldn't have to worry about that too much. So I'm going to try and free up some space. We've got ourselves the lantern planted for the next farming contract, and it is time to try out some forestry. So I'm over at the friendly forester in Sears, and the reason I decided to come to Sears instead of Drainer is just because I find it to be a little bit safer. Drainer obviously has the Dark Wizards, and I am currently Death Storage, and I don't really fancy wiping. So we're going to go into the shop, and we should be able to buy ourselves, is it the Forestry kit? Oh, we don't even need to buy it. Well, I guess I just grab one. This is where we hold all of the supplies and stuff. We are going to be working our way up to get ourselves this log basket, which is going to require 300 oak logs and 300 willow logs. The convenience of this, though, is the fact that we have oak trees right here and willow trees right there, so I can deposit them in with the friendly forester. I believe this is only available to UIMs. Normal accounts have to bank them and then do it noted. I don't really understand why it's like that big of a deal that normal accounts can't do the just storing it thing, but I'm glad they added it so it's a lot easier for us. I guess I could get started and just do the oak and willow trees and try and get the bark while doing that. I'm going to try and go to a forestry world, and hopefully there's more people doing it. I'm not really too sure on what I'm doing here. I'm kind of winging it. I've looked up a little bit of information on the wiki, but I do like to try things blind. I just need a bit of a guidance on where to start, really. So it seems like forestry worlds aren't exactly any better than regular worlds. I'm hoping to just proc a forestry event. I have no idea what I'm doing, really. Like I said, I'm just winging it, so I'm just going to start stacking up some logs with the forester, get ourselves some oak logs done, and a bit later on I'm probably going to go chop some yew trees or something, and hopefully I can proc some more events, because apparently they're better on higher tier trees. That's what it says. I don't know. So using the official world and employing some of the clan chat, we are getting ourselves some decent amounts. We just grew this. I don't really know what I'm actually doing, but it seems to be working. I've collected up the oak logs now. I need to work on the willows, which is going to be a little bit more annoying because I've got to run over there, but I am not ready to def storage just yet, so I'm going to have to do it the slow way. When I get lumberjack later on, which I will be doing, I will fully def storage, and I'll be able to have a full clean inventory to do this with. Alright, I think I'm finally getting the hang of this now. So you're supposed to chop the one that says anima infused rather than the one that just says tree roots. Before I was just randomly clicking on anything that I saw. That's a shame it's gone now. I was clicking on any roots that I saw. I didn't really have to go for the anima ones, and still I started following people around and seeing everyone was like piling on one set of roots. Yeah. I think I got the hang of it though. We are currently at 249. I think I need 3,000. This might take a while, but once I've collected up all the willow logs, I've already done the oaks. Once I've got all the willows, I can go to use and just relax. And that's going to do it. That's 300 willow logs that we have now prepared. We've also got ourselves 300 oak logs, which are stored in here. So I'm going to go ahead and deposit these. That should say 300 of each. There we go, 300, 300. So we've got enough logs now. But if we look in here, I think we need 3,000 bark. We've got 4,507. Let's just have a look. Double check. It is... Where is the thing? Log baskets. 5,000. Okay, so we've got a lot more to gain. I'm going to go over to use because I think that's going to be a lot more beneficial and a lot more AFK. What a fat load of good you are, Mr. Leprechaun. I gotta be honest, I didn't even see the roots pop up, but this should actually allow us to finish off, be able to get ourselves the last bit of anima infused bark. I think we're done now. We need 2 more. Let's just chop this and hopefully we'll get the last 2. There we go. That should be dead on. 5,000 anima infused bark. And we've got ourselves the logs stored in the storage. So now it is the moment of truth. Is this item going to get destroyed on death? Now before we go ahead and get it, I do want to demonstrate that if I go here to my items lost on death, it obviously says Arno has got my items, but we don't need to worry about that right now. But what it will show is that these items get destroyed no matter what. As you can see, seed pouches, or seed packs, sorry, and the looting bag, naturally they all get destroyed. I should have known this when I did the dyeing before, and I should have checked this screen, but I didn't. But as you can see, the seed box and the herb sack are over here, and despite having a destroy option, which this also has and doesn't get destroyed, which is nice. These have a this has a destroy option, this has a destroy option, but they don't actually get destroyed. So I'm very, very much hoping that if we go in here and we buy ourselves the log basket, that it is also not going to get destroyed. I'm very nervous because if this does get destroyed, I have just wasted about 3 or 4 hours of my life. At least I would have got the collection log, I suppose, but let's go ahead and buy ourselves the log basket. And that's a collection log. Log basket is done. It's going to update the clan, I think. There we go. Got ourselves the log basket. Now we get to check this screen. Does it destroy on death? It doesn't. Oh, God bless. That is such a relief to know. So now we can use this to fill with redwood logs when we want to do our birdhouse runs. We'll have to go to the Fossil Island Bank to take them out. But honestly, it's going to be so handy compared to the way I was currently doing it. I can put 28 logs in this and just be ready for 7 birdhouse runs at a time. Absolutely amazing. We are done here, and we very nearly got a woodcutting level. 16, well, it's about 17k until 92 woodcutting, which I will most likely shortly be getting on the redwoods that I'm going to chop. As for this, I've got a bunch of leaves in it, but I don't need the item. I only wanted it, obviously, to carry the bark and stuff. It's just going to be wasting an inventory space, so I think I am going to destroy it. And unfortunately, that's all the leaves gone. But the leaves don't really do much apart from providing the foresters' rations, which I don't plan on using. You can get well, they are planned to add the 2-handed axes, I think. But even to do that, I would have to use a handle on it. And then the upgrade for the dragon axe will give more XP, but less logs. And in reality, after 99 woodcutting, I'm only going to be using it to obtain logs anyway. And the process is irreversible. Again, I don't think this is in the game yet. I think this is what they're planning to add in the second part of Forestry. So maybe it will change as future goes. But if I need to, I'll get myself some more leaves. Honestly, I'm probably going to grab one of these when I do 99 woodcutting anyway. So it's not a massive deal. I might even have them when I try and get the lumberjack outfit later on. So we're going to destroy this. We do not need the stuff that's in there. We've got ourselves the log basket. We can even wear it, apparently. It's a shame that it applies it as a cape. I'd have much preferred it as an offhand. That would have been amazing, but you know what? It's still really handy to have. So we can go and get ourselves a full bag full of redwoods now, and it's going to make birdhouses so much better to do.